Hello and good morning, everybody. Welcome to College Connect Tempe Virtual Summer Series. My name is Adrian Cassio, and I am with College Connect Tempe. I'm going to be your host today. So to get everybody started, we're going to talk real quickly about College Connect. If you're not familiar with what we do and our services, we are a free college access center here at the Tempe Public Library, and we provide a few different resources for all of you. Some of those resources include workshops, as you see now, that we're doing in the summer. We also do one-on-one advising, so if you need further assistance, especially after this presentation, you can always reach out to us. You go on our website and can make an appointment request. We like to provide incentives, so we do have some scholarship opportunities, especially during the school year when you participate in College Connect events. Again, if you check out our website, you'll see we have a lot of resources there, especially some updates going on. And we're pretty much your link to a lot of different universities, in-state and community colleges. So just to give you an idea of some of the one-on-one advising we can provide, we can do not just college prep, but also resume writing, career exploration, mock interviews, and also pretty much anything college preparation, helping you with FAFSA, filling out college applications, looking up scholarships and applying for them, and a lot more. So this is our information. Just so you all know, this video is being recorded. We're going to be posting it on our website, collegeconnecttempe.org. So if you miss anything, don't worry. You can view the video on our website, and it'll be up within 24 hours. I'll also be sending all of you a follow-up email with the link as well to get that information. And so today we are, let me go back to our screen here. Today we are talking about college admissions, what to know amid COVID-19. We're sure that you might have a lot of questions going on. So we're happy to have a couple presenters today. Karen Feltz from University of Arizona and Abby Tudor from Northern Arizona University. They're going to be giving all of you some general information on what's going on in Arizona with the universities. And they'll also have a bit of maybe some specific information for the universities as well. So again, before we get started, a few things to know is if you look on the bottom of your screen, you can ask questions. There's a Q&A section there. What I'd like for all of you to do, and this is actually good practice, is if you can put your name in there, and also if you can put your email address in there, this will help us know who's attending this workshop, and so I can send a follow-up email. Just so you know, when you submit that, it only goes to us. It's not going to be put on here for everyone else to see. And in that same section, that's where you can ask questions. So at any point during the presentation, feel free to type a question. We will have a Q&A section at the end. So we'll take those questions, and once we have that Q&A portion, we'll actually put those questions out so we can all see them. But you can ask questions at any point. After the presentation, we are going to do a fun little raffle. We have a $10 gift card either to Target or Dutch Bros. So please stick around for the whole thing and win a chance to win a gift card. So sending us your email address will help because then I can follow up with you on that. And then we're also going to be sending you a link evaluation on how we did today. So if you could please fill out that quick survey, that would be great. What I'm going to do now is just share my screen here. So just so you could put a face to the name, hi, again, my name's Adrian, I'm with College Connect. What we're gonna do now is, if in order, we'll do Karen, if you'd like to share your screen, you can introduce yourself, and then after that, Abby, if you wanna share your screen, everyone can see you. And then from there, you can share your presentation and we'll get started.
Hi, everyone. My name is Karen Feltz. I work with the University of Arizona. I serve as the Associate Director of Recruitment. And actually, Abby is going to be sharing slides for both of us, Abby from NAU. So I'll let her work on sharing those slides. But we're really excited to connect with you today and talk a little bit about the in-state universities, particularly, obviously, the University of Arizona and Northern Arizona University. So really, please be sure to use that time for question and answer. We're happy to assist. But I'll turn it over to Abby so she can introduce herself as well.
We got you on, Abby. I shared your
screen. My video on? Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. My name is Abby Tudor. I am the Assistant Director overseeing Phoenix and Tucson recruitment with Northern Arizona University. I do live regionally in the Phoenix metro area. I will not be the rep for Tempe going into this fall semester, but Amy Bettersworth will be, who also does live here in the Valley and can help you with any questions that you have. So we are excited to share some info for you and get questions answered going into application season. So thank you for joining us.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Abby. Yes, I should also mention that I am based here in Phoenix as well. We've got a team of folks here that work with Tempe Union High School students that are based here locally. So easy to connect virtually, over the phone, whatever you need. So again, welcome. If you would click to the next slide, Abby, that would be great. But we want to talk really about the value of staying in state. We know you have a lot of excellent choices across the country for college, university, technical school, whatever your pathway will be. But just want to let you know that you have 3 incredible universities right here in your backyard. Obviously, we're going to focus today on NAU and Arizona, but all of us, or both of us, have nationally ranked programs. So if you're looking for some business programs or engineering, both of us have some great programs there. But also, most importantly, we are affordable. So you have these high quality educations, again, right here in your backyard, but you don't have to pay a private university tuition or an out-of-state public university tuition. You get a really smoking deal in terms of your college education by staying right here. And lucky for you, you get to either be 2 hours away in north or 2 hours away south if you look for NAU or Arizona. And we all have similar admissions processes. So if you're admitted to one university, more than likely you'll be admitted to another one. So we do encourage you to apply to all of your public in-state partners. And with staying in Arizona, you have some excellent opportunities for career development. So even if you decide, after college, I want to move somewhere else and strike out on your own, absolutely. But we want to make sure that you have those jobs and career opportunities while you're still staying in state for college. So there are some listed on the slide here, some important opportunities in terms of career fields. So if any of those appeal to you, if you want to work at Boeing, if you want to work at Bank of America, if you want to work in the hospitality region, you have some incredible opportunities that people from across the country come to Arizona to take advantage of internships. And they're right here for you, easy peasy. So really encourage you to stay in state, especially if you're looking for some of these industries right here in Arizona. And with that, by staying in state and keeping, as I said, an affordable price point, you're going to have a really high return on investment. So we've done some data with our Arizona Board of Regents, and 68% of Arizona jobs by 2020, so this year, will require post-secondary education, meaning something beyond high school. So for the most part, that could be a certificate, that could be an associate's degree, it could be a bachelor's degree, but more than likely, as we keep continuing to work on technology and new innovations coming through, more and more a bachelor's degree is going to be needed for jobs of the future. So students we know that earn a bachelor's degree earn way more over their lifetime than students who just earn a high school diploma. So again, just preaching that value of going to college and university. And you have those opportunities to get connected with research and internships. Our universities combined have over $1 billion in research funding. So you will have research opportunities on our campus. And with research, it comes honors college. So if you are a high achieving student, you want to take your education to the next level. We both have some excellent honors colleges that I really encourage you to take advantage of. It's not necessarily about piling on more work like maybe your high school experience has been of, oh, just take more AP classes or more IB classes. It's really about getting deep within the learning and having opportunities to expand your knowledge base and not just more work. So generally honors college classes have smaller class sizes, more connections with your professors, different learning opportunities like field trips or discussion-based classes, and really you're with people who love to learn and have that natural curiosity. Plus both NAU and Arizona have incredible new dormitories. So if you like some of the pictures that you see below of our new dorms, highly encourage that you check out some of our virtual visit programs to learn a little bit more. And then I think I'm going to turn over to Abby, yes, to talk about application requirements.
Wonderful. So as Karen previously mentioned, if you get into one of the in-state schools, you will probably get into multiple of them. We do have similar admissions criteria. So in order to get into the in-state schools, we are looking that you complete 16 core classes in high school before you graduate. So we are looking at the completion of 4 years of English, 4 years of math. For math, we are looking for at least Algebra 1, Geometry, Algebra 2, and an advanced math course that requires Algebra 2 as a prerequisite. 3 years of laboratory science, 2 years of social science, one must be US or American history, 2 years of one second language, and 1 year of a fine art or career and technical education course. What we are looking at for admissions is the GPA unweighted only from these 16 classes. So what we're looking at for admissions is a GPA that we calculate at the universities, and it might look a little different than the GPAs that you see on your transcripts because we're only looking at these 16 classes. Now, if you will complete all of them by the time that you graduate and have a 3.0 or higher unweighted GPA within those courses, that is automatic admissions. However, below that 3.0, we definitely still want you to apply. We can consider students down to a 2.5 or higher unweighted core GPA within these 16 classes. You can have up to 2 deficiencies in these courses. So maybe you didn't do too well in one of these courses, or you didn't end up taking one of these courses throughout your high school. That is okay. We do allow up to 2 deficiencies within the courses. So what exactly will you need to complete the applications for admissions? We both have self-reported applications. So what that means when you apply, you don't need to send us transcripts. You are telling us your grades from the transcripts. So this means usually a quicker admissions decision and a little bit easier of an application process for students. So when you sit down to do your application, you will want a copy of your transcripts. You probably don't remember your classes and your grades from your first year of high school. So you'll want to make sure you do have that transcript with you to self-report your grades correctly. You will also want to have a legal name and full address when you complete the application. Social security number will be asked for during that application process as well. And either a payment to pay the application fee or a fee waiver, and then some parent information as well, typically name, phone number, email address. So how do you apply? NAU's application is going to be available starting July 1st for our fall 2021 school year. Karen, I believe you mentioned an August 1st date for Arizona application. So these are coming up very soon. We do encourage students to apply at the very beginning of their senior year. So sometime in August, September, October are very good times to get that application in before the FAFSA is available. And when you apply to our schools, we are evaluating you for admissions to the school and also for merit-based aid. So that is based off of Sorry, I got kicked off of there. Can everyone hear me again? Okay, perfect. So based on that application, your GPA in those 16 classes, potentially test scores may be taken into consideration as well. And this is to award merit aid, so scholarships based on how you did throughout high school.
Excellent. So I'm going to hop in and talk about some additional resources for scholarships. So this is really a prime time to be thinking about scholarships. If you are a rising senior and wanting to kind of get ahead on things, please know that both NAU and Arizona have scholarship portals for students to check out our scholarship opportunities, in addition to the merit scholarships that Abby was talking about just a few moments ago. Also be sure to reach out to your college and university admissions counselors. I know I had a scholarship come across my desk in April, and because I've been talking with a specific student, I was able to remember, oh, right, Susie Q was really interested in veterinary science, and the scholarship happened to be for a veterinary science student, and was able to nominate her for that scholarship. So the more you connect with your admissions counselors, the more that we will think of you when scholarships come across our desk, or be able to send you more information. Also, your college counseling offices or your counseling offices in your high school are be able to help. A lot of school districts have great websites. Obviously, College Connect is a great resource, and other community-based organizations in your area. And then if you want to be looking online, there are a couple of websites there. Always be careful too when you're looking at websites. Anyone that asks you to pay for a list of scholarships is no good. So you should not have to pay to get access to a list of scholarships. And so those are two resources there, FastWeb and College Board. College Board, who runs the SAT, of course, have some great resources there. And then, of course, want to make sure you've got that scholarship game plan in place. So right now, these are things you can be working on. So you can be writing a personal statement and creating kind of a list of activities going all the way back to freshman year. Were you involved on swim club? Were you student body president? Whatever that might be. And make sure you've got a good list of all of your wonderful accomplishments in your high school career. Get organized. That's always important. And really the sweet spot for applying for scholarships is between October and February of senior year. So apply for scholarships regularly. Really spend the first part of your senior year, as Abby shared. Our applications are going to open July 1st for NAU and August 1st for Arizona. And so use that time, July, August, September, apply to the colleges you want to go to. And then October, February, every week, spend some time applying for scholarships, as well as follow up with those scholarship organizers after the deadline, just to make sure if they needed any more information from you. Excellent. So now I'm going to talk a little bit more specifically about the University of Arizona. Abby will follow that, obviously, in talking about NAU. But first, I want to start off, if you've got questions about how COVID-19 is impacting our university, or specifically the University of Arizona, I've got the link there for all of the latest updates. Also, Adrian and I are going to talk about kind of just general things to keep in mind with college admissions moving forward, but wanted to share that link with you. But really do want to focus on Arizona, and again, talking about that Best Buy. All of our in-state schools are affordable options for you all as Arizona residents. But at the University of Arizona, we're really committed to providing you the skill set that you need to be prepared for your career, for that dream job. So we're one of the top 1% of universities in the world, and according to the FISC Guide to Colleges, a top 10 public university for value and quality. Moving on, I want to talk a little bit more about our campus life and our student body. So obviously right now we are limited on our in-person visits. I'll share a little bit more about some virtual visit opportunities, but our campus is about 44,000 students, which in Arizona, that's kind of the medium-sized university. You have ASU, which is a little bit larger. You have NAU, that's a little bit smaller. And so you have University of Arizona right in the middle. And so that translates to about 35,000 undergraduate students and about 9,000 graduate students. And on our campus, we have a full range of degrees that you can choose from. So if you're interested in business, if you're interested in engineering, if you're interested in health professions, we have 300 plus degrees. I guarantee you're going to find something that you want to learn more about. Some that I want to point out to you, our physiology and medical studies program is what a lot of our students go for if they're interested in becoming a doctor or health professional. We have 2 public medical schools right here in the state of Arizona, right in Phoenix. So maybe you've driven by it before in downtown Phoenix, and 1 in Tucson. So if you're interested in those health professions, University of Arizona is a phenomenal place to continue that. We also just finished building about 6 months ago a brand new, beautiful state-of-the-art building just for health sciences. So there are research space, classroom space. There's even a huge auditorium space that allows, and it's really modular and they can kind of use it however they want, but you can stage like a car accident scene and practice like responding to trauma and have some cool, and so we rely on fine arts students to come in and be the actors for that scene. We rely on engineering students to help work with the equipment for health saving measures. And then of course, our physiology and medicine students to really be the doctors that they are going to soon become. So that's one area, and truly I could go on for ages, so but I won't because we are limited time. But please check out, we've got a degree search link and I can share that out later, but if you just type degree search University of Arizona, you can explore all of our wonderful majors that we have on campus. But no matter what major you choose at the University of Arizona, we're going to prepare you for that career after you graduate. So we're not just thinking, okay, here we're going to help you with that first job. No, we've got a wonderful alumni network that helps folks if they're deciding they want to change jobs. We've got career services that's there to help you kind of boost that resume and get ready. And honestly, I changed my major 5 times in college. So if you're coming in and you're undecided, you're not sure or undeclared, you're not quite sure what you want to study, we've got resources like our A Center that are there to help you figure out that major and be ready for jobs that don't even exist quite yet. And because who knew that we would be dealing with a public health crisis, right? No one. So we're trying to anticipate and get ready for challenges that we will face in the future. And for students that really take advantage of those career services and leadership development opportunities, those students earn $5,000 to $7,500 more in their starting salary. And especially I speak as a woman, that is so important, starting at the highest salary you can to make sure that you are earning your fair wage. So encourage using those resources that you've already paid for through your tuition. So be sure to use those resources, and our resources are continuing to adapt and be virtual for all of our students. And that's one area of student support services. Some other areas I'm going to mention quickly. Our Thrive Center has a whole suite of options. And so our Thrive Center is where maybe you're a first generation student. Our First CATS program is the one for you. So you get connected with peer mentors and staff mentors who are first generation students to help you figure out. I think a lot of when I work with first generation students is you don't know what questions to ask because you haven't seen someone go through this before. And so helping you know what you don't know and be able to answer those questions. We have our campus health services, including our CAPS program, counseling and psych services. So if you're feeling homesick or feeling down, if you normally have someone that you talk to here at home, you can transfer those services so that you keep your support there. And then finally, we have some excellent think tank tutoring opportunities. So you're going to need some help with your classes. Think Tank is there to help with free tutoring all across campus. Next, I want to talk a little bit about our Honors College. So you saw, and I talked a little bit about honors colleges in general, but at the University of Arizona, we have this phenomenal honors college that I'm always so excited to hear what projects that they're working on, what research. So we have students that are working on things like the OSIRIS-REx mission. We're going to an asteroid. We partnered with NASA. Mission control for that program is on our campus in Tucson, and we have honor students participating in that research. We also have research with trying to work on testing for COVID-19. So really relevant research that is happening right on our campus. And we were the first university to provide the state of Arizona with COVID testing supplies. And so really happy about that and how we can support our state and moving forward through this crisis. But the Honors Village is one of the best perks, I think, to being in the Honors College. It's beautiful. It has a dining facility in it, dorms that are nicer than my apartment. It's so cool. So really recommend. We do have a virtual tour opportunity. So if you want to take a look inside from the comfort of your couch, you can do that through our virtual visit opportunities. But I do want to talk about Tucson too, which is a great city, and this is on Mount Lemmon right now. And so, well, not right now, but this is taken up Mount Lemmon. So Tucson, especially for folks from Phoenix, and I'm born and raised in Phoenix, you may not know exactly what to expect with Tucson. So Tucson, yes, there's definitely cacti like there is here in Phoenix, but you also have some cool forested areas. If you like to hike, if you like to ski, we have the southernmost ski resort in all of the United States. So that's pretty cool. You can check it out at Mount Lemmon. And if you are a foodie like me, we have just some incredible food. It's one of my favorite things to do when I visit Tucson is try new restaurants and new things to do. And then finally, of course, we can skip this one, Abby. It's a great picture of downtown Tucson, but I want to make sure I'm mindful of time. So our guaranteed tuition plan, we're super committed to. Your tuition and fees will not be raised once you start at the University of Arizona. And actually, our president made the commitment that the tuition will not go up from last year to this year either. So we're trying to keep things as affordable as possible and also being mindful of budgets. You're not going to have to worry if tuition is going to go up next year or fees are going to change. Once you start at the U of A, it's going to be the same all 4 years. And I want to share a little bit about scholarships. Please do keep in mind that this is for our current students. So if you have friends that are soon to be incoming Wildcats, this is what their scholarships were based on. We'll talk about this a little bit more when we're talking about kind of general concerns among COVID, but this is a good starting point to see if you did have the chance to take an SAT or ACT, you can see what that looks like. If you didn't, that's okay too, but we want to be super transparent to show you our scholarships range from $3,000 to $15,000 per year, and that's above the cost of tuition. And so that's pretty exciting. That can go towards food or other expenses that you might have. And I also want to mention the application, so I can breeze through this because Abby did such a great job of talking about the application. That's our website. It's going to open August 1st, so check it out when we open that. A couple of things you need to apply. Again, the same thing. We're all using the same system, so it makes it super easy. And if you would skip to the next one, please, Abby. I do want to mention that you can be assured admission to the University of Arizona. If you're an Arizona resident and you've completed those core academic requirements that Abby mentioned and were just shared on that slide with a 3.0 GPA. Woohoo! You still have to apply. You still have to fill out the application, but you don't have to panic or sweat waiting for that application decision. You will be assured admission to the University of Arizona if you meet those requirements. And here's some additional things that you might need. You need that complete Arizona application. We're still trying to work on the SAT, ACT requirement. We'll talk a little bit more about that. But we do need an application fee or fee waiver. And then you can kind of monitor the progress of your application if we let you know, hey, we need this from you, whether that's your application fee waiver, or sometimes we do ask for a transcript. If you forgot to put your senior year in progress classes, we'll ask for an official transcript so that we know what you've been taking this senior year. So you can check on those updates through UA Future. And virtually visit our campus. So I know it's not quite the same and you don't get to see the bright sunshine and the greenery, but our virtual visit is pretty fun. So I really encourage checking it out and beyond. And so there's the website for that, and happy to share those links later on. But you can also chat with the current Wildcat through our Ask a Wildcat on Instagram. Our handle is @UA-admissions. So check that out. I believe it happens on Wednesdays. So if you follow us on Instagram, you can ask questions of current students. We've had questions about what's it like to be a nursing student, or how are you doing with classes during COVID? I mean, our students have stopped now, but when we first started that, asking about online classes and what that's like. So if you've got those questions and concerns, there's no better person than a current student. If you would skip to the next one, Abby, I think that's where I talk about. So there it is, Ask a Wildcat, question and answer. So you can do that again, like I said, through Instagram every Wednesday. And then finally, my contact information, again, happy to share that as well afterwards if you want, but feel free to take a picture. And please know that I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. And thank you so much. I'll turn it back over to Abby.
Wonderful, thank you. So moving back up north to Flagstaff, I'm going to talk a little bit about NAU and what we have to offer. Similarly to U of A, we also do have a website updating students and families on all of the updates and changes surrounding COVID-19. So that is our website to check on all of those updates. I would say our biggest one is for this fall, which probably does not affect any of you, but our semester is beginning August 12th and we'll wrap up before the Thanksgiving holiday. So that is what we are doing for this semester. But something I really want to encourage as you're going through this application search process, finding out a school that's the right fit for you, is make sure that you are utilizing your resources, coming to things like this, finding out all of the information available so that you can make a decision that works for you and your family. Find a school that's the right fit for you. Of course, a lot goes into that: social fit, financial fit, location. And yes, as Karen mentioned, it is a little bit different checking out all of those things this year, but we have great resources to still help you make those informed decisions. So a little bit about NAU. Right now we have about 21,000 total students on our Flagstaff campus. We have 1,180 full-time faculty members, and 85% of those faculty have the highest degree in their field. So you're learning from experts in your area of study. That does lead to a 19-to-1 student to faculty ratio and an average class size of 31 students, which is probably pretty similar to high school class sizes. It does make that transition into college level courses a little easier for you when those classes are familiar in size. We have a lot of opportunities for undergraduate research. We have a very small population of graduate students on our campus. So when it comes to research, working in labs, doing work with professors, Those opportunities are going to our undergraduate students as early as their first year. We are doing a lot of research on our campus right now for COVID-19, specifically our Pathogen and Microbiome Institute is one of our labs on campus that is a big research facility for COVID-19. So students are getting that hands-on experience right now. We too have an honors college, as you saw in the first part of the presentation. It does require an additional application after you're admitted to NAU if you were interested in the honors college. That application will look at GPA, test scores, a resume or list of accomplishments, and the answers to 2 different essay questions. But there are a lot of benefits to being a student in our honors college, including those small class sizes, really discussion-based classes versus lecture classes, additional scholarship opportunities, trips are available for honors students, and then living in that brand new honors hall, which is semi-suite style, meaning that you will only share a bathroom with one other person in that living style. We also do have some accelerated programs that I want to point out. We offer these in about 13 program areas, and this allows you to complete your bachelor's and your master's degree in as few as 5 years. Some of the areas that are our most popular, business, athletic training, and engineering. And we also have an extensive study abroad program. A couple of years ago, we won an award for our innovation in international education. So students can study at over 200 different locations. We also have a unique program called the Interdisciplinary Global Program, which is a 5-year degree program in which students receive 2 bachelor's degrees. One is in business or a STEM field. The other is in a language. Year 1, 2, and 3, the students are on the Flagstaff campus. Year 4, they are abroad the entire year, doing a study abroad semester and then an internship abroad in that same location. Year 5, they come back to campus and graduate with both of those bachelor's degrees. Tuition is locked in for that 5th year of the program, and your scholarships do extend to the 5th year of that program as well. When students come up to campus, we want you to come to campus and be successful once you get there. So we have a lot of things in place to ensure student success while you are on campus, including free tutoring for all students at different tutoring facilities. One of those is specific to math classes. I get it, math is really hard. We have a Lumberjack Mathematics Center, which is a tutoring facility specifically for math courses. We also do have a career development office, which is helping students get prepared for that job after graduation. They'll help with mock interviews, career searches, job applications, help with your LinkedIn profile, really anything in helping you successfully navigate career search. We have veteran services on campus, Native American student services, LGBTQIA services. So regardless of where students come from, how they identify, we have a place for you on campus and resources for you as well. So we talked a little bit about inside of the classroom experience. Students on campus also want to get involved outside of the classroom. It's definitely a great way to meet people and get involved. We have over 400 clubs and organizations for students to get involved in, anywhere from religious groups, student government, academic clubs. Also includes our fraternity and sorority life. We also have club sports and intramural sports. We also then have our NCAA Division I athletics, of course. All home games and home sporting events are free to students. So you can go to a football game, a basketball game, a volleyball game, just swipe your ID card and you will get right into those games. We also have other events that take place almost every single night of the week. We have movies that play in our Prochnow Auditorium on the weekends, and you can see the movie and get free popcorn and soda. We've had roller skating rinks set up, casino nights, you name it. We have events almost every night of the week. One of my favorite is called Wingo, where you come to our student union, play bingo, eat free chicken wings, and win prizes. So there is activities for everyone. It is not required to live on NAU's campus when you come as a first-year student, but about 90% of our first-year students choose to live on campus. It's definitely convenient. You are close to everything, close to your friends, your professors, where you're eating, where you're studying. It is also a very cost-effective option. Most students find it very cost-effective to live on campus, especially that first year, because everything is included in your monthly payment for your residence hall, your utilities, your internet, your cable. When you move off campus, you end up paying all of those separate bills, and it can definitely add up for students. Right now we have 25 residence halls on campus, 13 of which are first year halls, and our students do live by academic college. This means you'll be living with other students that have similar majors to you, so it makes it easy to create study groups, work on projects together. And if you have questions about homework, you can go to your neighbor instead of trying to get a hold of your professor. We do also have on-campus dining options. Students can choose from about 30 different options for on-campus eating. If you do live on campus, you are required to have a meal plan, but you can choose from a variety of options. We even have food delivery robots that will deliver students food across campus. Now, when you're living on campus, you are living in a different Arizona than you are probably used to if you've lived in the Valley your entire life. We get a lot of snow up in Flagstaff, over 100 inches of snow each year, which does make us one of the top 10 snowiest cities in the US. But it does make for a lot of awesome winter sport opportunities. Students can ski and snowboard just 20 minutes from campus at Arizona Snow Bowl, and you can even enroll in skiing and snowboarding courses and get college credit for them. Now, although we get a lot of snow, we also do get a lot of sunshine. We get more snow than Denver, Colorado, but more sunshine than Miami, Florida. But with all that sun, it never gets too hot. Flagstaff has never hit 100 degrees, so that sounds really nice on a day like today in the Valley. Flagstaff is also a true college town. The entire city really revolves around NAU's campus. We were ranked the best college town in the state of Arizona and one of the best college towns in the country. So we also do have a pledged tuition rate, meaning that tuition does not increase during the time that you are at NAU. Just like Arizona, we also did not increase our tuition this incoming year. So the students that are current students at NAU and our incoming first year students, that tuition is the same. Current tuition is $10,650 for our current and incoming first year students. Now, I did mention the academic scholarships that you'll be eligible for based on your application. So those 3 academic scholarships with NAU is our Lumberjack Scholars Award, President's, and our Dean's Award. For our Lumberjack Award, students need to meet 3 criteria within the 16 core classes. They first need to complete all of those classes by the time that they graduate. They need to complete them all with a B or better, no C's. And they need to have a 3.5 or higher unweighted core GPA. If a student meets those criteria, that is our Lumberjack Scholars Award. That does cover tuition, so that would cover your tuition, and it is renewable for all 4 years, so that can cover 4 years of tuition. For the President's and Dean's Award, we are looking at your unweighted core GPA only. So for our President's Scholarship, students would need to have a 3.5 or higher unweighted core GPA. If you met that criteria, that would be an $8,000 scholarship, also renewable for all 4 years. Our Dean's Award is for students that have a 3.0 to a 3.49 unweighted core GPA. That would be a $5,000 award, renewable for all 4 years. Test scores are not required for any of our scholarships. However, we encourage every student to send in test scores. They can only help you in your evaluation and may potentially qualify you for additional scholarship money. So I definitely encourage you to visit campus. As Karen mentioned, we know that those visits don't look the same as they used to at this time, but we do have virtual tour options, so you can actually tour virtually through campus all the time. We also have a virtual campus visit presentation twice a day, Monday through Fridays at 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. So you can listen to a full presentation and then go ahead out on that virtual tour. We also do an update every other Wednesday at 5 p.m. called our Forecast from Flagstaff. So the next one will be on July 1st. And that is just updating students on what we're doing on campus surrounding COVID and how we will plan to bring all of our students to campus safely. So I have also included my contact information. Feel free to use my contact information. I believe Kyla Timmons is also who is on the College Connect website right now. And we will need to get that updated to the new rep, which is Amy Bettersworth. Any of us are happy to help any students from Tempe, so please reach out with any questions that you have.
Thank you so much, Karen and Abby, for your presentation there. To get things moving, I was going to share really quickly about some resources, COVID related, to keep in mind about. If you go to our College Connect website and you can click on critical updates info, this is where you can get updated information about different resources, scholarship opportunities, what's going on. You'll see here we do have further information, especially if you're interested in community colleges. We have information on the Maricopa Community College District, also our universities as well, and some other programs, information on testing, and also just some things that might be helpful because as for anybody who is still in high school or will be continuing on next this upcoming school year, these are some really good tips and resources for you if you're still going to be in high school, even if you're starting off in college. Things on how to be successful, especially if you're working or doing some school online and remotely. And Karen, did you have any updates you wanted to share?
Yes, definitely. So as you are starting the college search because you're a rising senior, a rising junior, or just trying to get more information, please know that just like everyone, all of us are adapting to new information as we go. So similar to how Abby shared that NAU is doing the Forecast from Flagstaff, our president holds weekly briefings on Wednesdays to give updates about kind of our re-entry plans. But please be sure that no matter where you are on the high school pipeline, if you're interested in going to community college or to a university, that we know that grades and your classes are going to be a lot different. You know, you've moved to online in the spring and just kind of had to roll with the punches. So first of all, great work and keep that up. But also please be checking and knowing that test score opportunities may change as we figure out if ACT is going to move to a digital environment. But just know that we've got a lot of things that are in the works. So continuing to stay on top of the research, especially for universities that you are really excited about. Obviously, your in-state institutions, hopefully you hear from us already. If you don't, I encourage you to reach out to Abby if you're interested in NAU and to me if you're interested in the U of A, so that you are getting emails from us. But if there are out-of-state schools that you're really excited about, make sure that you're on their list to get updates, because I know we are sending updates to prospective students as well as to our current students, knowing how much this impacts everybody. So just quick updates, but check your email, check all the things. I know it can be really exhausting to stay on top of things, but it is so helpful to know what you need to know to get ready for college sooner rather than later.
Great, thank you, Karen. Mm-hmm. So at this point, we're gonna do our Q&A section. let me get there. So we know there's a bit of there's about 10 to 20-second delay. We're just going to give a few moments for any of you to type in questions that you might have. Also, if you do not have any questions and you didn't get a chance to submit your name and email, in the Q&A section, if you could still type in your name and your email, that is so I can also send a follow-up email with a couple links, video of this presentation, and we'll be able to enter you into our raffle. So just a reminder, the raffle is going to be right after our Q&A section, so stick around for that. I'm going to see how we're doing on questions. Okay. So we have a question. Does ASU, NAU, or U of A have a PA program?
Sure,
Yes.
well, I can.
Oh,
sorry.
and I'll jump in after you.
I knew that. That always happens. I'm happy to start. So physician's assistant is what I'm assuming PA means, but if it doesn't, let us know. For PA program, as I mentioned, the physiology program is a great major for anyone interested in health professions. It's within our College of Medicine. And most, if you want to become a PA, there is some graduate work that is needed afterwards. So that's something else to keep in mind as well.
So yes, NAU does have a PA program in downtown Phoenix. Is a graduate degree, as Karen mentioned. So undergraduate degrees to get students prepared for that program. Exercise science would be a good one, but really any like science-based degree is probably going to get you some of the background that you'll need to get into those PA graduate programs.
Thank you. Next question we have is, let's see here. For 2 years of science at U of A, what kind of history do you need?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, and this is true for ASU, NAU, and U of A. So the 2 years of social science, 1 year has to be US history, and then the other one can be your choice. So maybe that's world history, maybe that's psychology, maybe that's economics and government. So those are the two that the 2 years that we need, but one does have to be US history. So great question. Thank you.
Perfect. Karen, I'm going to keep you on the screen here because this might be something you or Abby will answer. Do colleges look at how many years you have played a sport for school, or if you're in junior varsity or a varsity team?
Excellent question. So on the University of Arizona application, you have the opportunity to upload a resume. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. It can just be a Word doc that lists out all the things that you've done. So absolutely, sports would be on there if you were on the JV team, on the varsity team, if you were captain, but anything that you've done outside of the classroom, participate in a religious organization, joining clubs, helping out your family, part-time job, any of those extracurriculars, the more that you share, the more we're able to get a better picture of who you are as a student, besides just looking at your GPA. And we know that's important, but you're more than just the grades too.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Karen. and Abby for answering those questions. At the moment, we don't have any more questions. So what I'm going to do, we're going to start our raffle in a few seconds. I'm going to send this to all of you. It is the link to our, it's our SurveyMonkey link. So if you, after this, if you could please click on it and quickly just let us know how we did. We'd really appreciate your feedback there. I also want to let all of you know that we do have another presentation tomorrow, same time at 10 a.m. And that one's going to be about more specifics on paying for college. We'll have a couple of our partners, another NAU partner and ASU partner, speaking more in depth about that, FAFSA scholarships. So at this moment, I think we're going to pull up our raffle. So if you give us just 1 second here.